The Mortal Kombat mythology is incredibly rich, and within it, we have different classes of divine beings. There are demigods, elder gods, titans, and even more. In this video, I'm breaking down every one of these categories, showing which characters belong to each group and what their true power levels are. And we're starting from the lowest tier, the demigods. Raiden is an Edenian, a race of powerful beings gifted with special abilities, and he originally served as a general in his kingdom's military forces. He's the iconic purple ninja, best known for his water-based and weather manipulation abilities. Raiden can shape water into projectiles, create puddles that damage opponents, or use fluid, graceful movements inspired by water itself. He can even manipulate the weather, summoning storms and lightning strikes to overwhelm his enemies. Later in the series, we learn that Raiden is the son of the Edenian god Argus and an Edenian woman. This heritage explains his water-based powers and officially makes him a demigod, making him the half-brother of other characters on this list. First appearing in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, Raiden is often portrayed as an ambiguous character, switching between good and evil depending on what benefits him the most. Feeling like a bastard child who was never recognized the same way Argus treated his legitimate sons, Raiden grew into an arrogant and treacherous individual. Even as a demigod, he believed he deserved far more, especially the royal throne, since he carried what he called the blood of the gods. Raiden's story had the potential to become something truly epic, but it was mostly pushed aside as the franchise focused on more popular characters. His overall lore doesn't change much between timelines. However, in the new era created by Fire God Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat 1, 2023, Raiden undergoes a major reinterpretation. He is now portrayed as a student of outworld sorcery, known for mastering the art of water magic with absolute control. Taven is a character created specifically for Mortal Kombat Armageddon. He is the son of the elder god Argus and a powerful Edenian sorceress Delia. Centuries before the events of Armageddon, Delia had a vision foreseeing that the warriors of Mortal Kombat would bring catastrophic destruction to the realms. Worried about the consequences of this future conflict, Argus devised a plan to prevent total annihilation. He created two suspended animation chambers and placed his sons, Taven and Daegon, inside them to prepare for the coming crisis. When the time was right, both brothers would awaken and begin a journey meant to save the realms from Armageddon. After centuries, Taven finally emerges from his suspended state, equipped with a special armor meant to increase his strength and protect him during his quest. His mission is to follow the path set by his parents, defeat the elemental being Blaze, absorb his immense power, and restore balance to the realms. Taven is Daegon's brother and Raiden's half-brother. After Mortal Kombat Armageddon, he was never seen again in the franchise. Daegon is Taven's brother, and both are sons of the elder god Argus and the Edenian sorceress Delia. Daegon is awakened from his suspended animation chamber long before Taven, but he loses his sanity and becomes an antagonist in the story. He believes the power needed to stop Armageddon lies within his own soul, and he begins a destructive quest driven by obsession and a thirst for power. Manipulated by Shinnok and blinded by ambition, Daegon murders his own parents, convinced that they favored Taven and intended him to be the true champion destined to defeat Blaze. After that, Daegon forms the Red Dragon Clan, a secret organization that slowly expands its influence across the realms. He has the same abilities as Taven: extreme strength, incredible speed, and supernatural durability. But because he awakened many eras before his older brother, Daegon aged naturally and ended up becoming physically older than Taven, who remained preserved in suspended animation. At the end of his storyline, Taven faces Daegon in battle and is ultimately defeated. In Conquest mode, Taven is portrayed as the one who fulfills the prophecy by defeating Blaze, completing his journey by overcoming the Elemental Guardian. However, the major twist comes in Mortal Kombat 2011. Right in the opening scene, we learn that the warrior who actually finished the battle empowered by Blaze wasn't Taven, it was Shao Kahn. This single reveal completely rewrites how fans interpret the ending of Armageddon. Putting both versions together creates the most widely accepted theory among fans. Taven did defeat Blaze, but was immediately killed by Shao Kahn, who then stole Blaze's power and became the dominant force at the end of the world. Daegon doesn't appear in the story mode and isn't playable in Liu Kang's new era, but he does show up in Takeda Takahashi's ending, standing alongside Mavado, confirming that the Red Dragon clan is alive and active in this new timeline.
Argus is the divine protector god of the realm of Edenia, known for his godly abilities and influence over reality itself. He is the father of Taven and Daegon, and he made his first appearance in Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Argus is one of the central figures in the prophecy surrounding Armageddon, a catastrophic battle that could bring total destruction to all realms. Concerned about this future disaster, the Elder Gods command Argus to create a plan to prevent the prophecy from coming true. That plan was to raise his sons, so they would one day defeat the elemental warrior Blaze, absorbing his power and restoring balance across the realms. Argus also plays a key role in guiding Taven during his quest to stop Armageddon. Through a projection of his consciousness, he instructs his son with messages, trials, and training to ensure he is prepared for the final confrontation. Argus is the protector god of Edenia, with vast divine power. His abilities are not fully detailed in the games, but he is consistently shown as a wise and powerful figure. And as mentioned earlier, he ultimately meets his end at the hands of his own son, Daegon. Fujin is one of Earthrealm's deities, known as the God of Wind. He is the brother of Raiden, the God of Thunder, and often works alongside him to defend Earthrealm against outside threats. Fujin first appeared in Mortal Kombat Mythology's Sub-Zero, 1997, but it was in Mortal Kombat 4 that he truly gained prominence, becoming a fully playable character. As the God of Wind, Fujin commands the very air itself. He can manipulate gusts, create powerful wind-based attacks, and use airborne movement to give himself a unique and dynamic fighting style. He is also a skilled hand-to-hand combatant, combining divine techniques with martial arts to take down his enemies. Fujin later returned in multiple games after MK4. In MK11, he came back as a playable character in the Aftermath expansion, and quickly became one of the coolest characters in the game thanks to his design, moveset, and powers.
Raiden is the protector god of Earthrealm, known as the God of Thunder. He is one of the central characters of the Mortal Kombat franchise and plays a crucial role in defending Earth from external threats. Throughout the series, Raiden faces countless enemies, including Shang Tsung, Shao Kahn, Quan Chi, and Shinnok. He is driven by a strong sense of justice and constantly works to prevent the realms from falling into darkness, often guiding and training Earthrealm's warriors. As the God of Thunder, Raiden wields lightning and electrical energy. He can summon thunderbolts, unleash electrical blasts, fly, and manipulate natural forces around him, all while being a master martial artist. Raiden's history is filled with major transformations. At one point, he even ascends to the rank of Elder God, rising above his former divine status. However, he later abandons that title after learning of the death of his champion, Liu Kang, during the events of Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Raiden has also taken on darker forms across both timelines. In the original timeline, he succumbed to darkness after witnessing endless violence and resurrected Liu Kang as a corrupted zombie using forbidden magic. In the second timeline, he becomes dark once again after his battle with Shinnok leaves him corrupted. Raiden's importance skyrockets because he is the reason the second timeline exists at all. In the final moments of Armageddon, when he is about to be killed by a supercharged Shao Kahn, who had absorbed Blaze's power, Raiden sends a message to his past self through his amulet. This warning gives the younger Raiden knowledge of the future, causing a massive series of changes that create an entirely new timeline. In Mortal Kombat 11, after becoming dark once more and even decapitating Shinnok, Raiden draws the attention of Kronika, the Titan of Time. She sees Raiden as a threat to reality itself because of his repeated interference with events beyond his authority, which sets the entire conflict of the game into motion. In Liu Kang's new era, the universe is fully rebooted and Raiden is no longer a god. He is now a humble young farmer with no electrical powers of his own. So Liu Kang gifts him an artifact that grants him access to lightning. With Raiden's section complete, we've finished the category of gods. Now it's time to climb one more step on the power scale and enter the realm of the Elder Gods. Shinnok is an ancient elder god who fell from grace because of his own arrogance, eventually being condemned to the Netherrealm. He first appeared in Mortal Kombat Mythology's Sub-Zero 1997, and later became the main villain of Mortal Kombat 4 and Mortal Kombat X. Thousands of years ago, Shinnok was a true elder god. As rulers of all realms, the elder gods oversaw the creation and destruction of worlds, and guided the realms through countless ages of wisdom. But Shinnok gave in to greed and the desire for absolute power. Believing that Earthrealm would grant him unmatched strength, he attempted to claim it for himself. To achieve this, he first needed to defeat Raiden, the god of thunder, who had been appointed protector of Earthrealm by the elder gods themselves. Shinnok created a powerful amulet that would allow him to carry out his dark ambitions. The battle between Shinnok and the gods was massive and nearly destroyed the Earth, but Shinnok was ultimately defeated thanks to an alliance between Raiden and the other Elder Gods. And because an Elder God cannot be killed, he was banished to the Netherrealm, where he remained imprisoned for ages. He returns in MK4 as the main antagonist, aided by his loyal necromancer, Quan Chi. Whenever Shinnok appears, disaster follows. Even as a fallen god, he possesses a wide range of magical and dark abilities, casting spells, summoning infernal creatures, and manipulating souls. His form and powers vary across the games, but he is always portrayed as a terrifyingly powerful foe. Shinnok is also the son of Kronika, the Titan of Time, and the brother of Cetrion. Shinnok and Cetrion embody darkness and light within the universe, and Kronika allows their opposing natures to exist so the balance of reality can be maintained.
Cetrion is an elder god, the sister and counterpart of Shinnok, and one of the divine beings responsible for banishing him to the Netherrealm. She's also the daughter of Kronika. She makes her first appearance in Mortal Kombat 11, 2019. During the events of MK11, it's revealed that Cetrion, just like Shinnok, had been a sleeper agent for Kronika all along. The two had played an intricate game for ages. While Cetrion stood for life, virtue, and light, Shinnok embodied death, corruption, and darkness. Kronika's plan depended on both of them continuing to exist, keeping these essential forces of the universe in balance. However, when Raiden caused a massive and irreversible imbalance by decapitating Shinnok, Cetrion betrayed her fellow Elder Gods, just like her brother did, so she could help her mother forge the new era. In this new timeline, she and Shinnok would once again pit the realms against each other in endless conflict. Cetrion commands nature and life itself, allowing her to control earth, water, fire, air, and light. Despite presenting herself as a guardian of peace and light, her loyalty lies entirely with Kronika, and she's fully willing to commit atrocities to fulfill her mother's goals. Still, like Kronika, her actions aren't driven by grief or revenge, but by a twisted idea of balance, one that demands she and her brother remain in eternal opposition across the realms, a philosophy Raiden strongly rejects. In her final confrontation in Kronika's Keep, we see that after following her mother's guidance, Cetrion abandons her benevolence. That's why she appears in a darker, more corrupted form with reddish skin. She fights Fire God Liu Kang. Though incredibly powerful, she hesitates internally about Kronika's ideals, and that doubt leads to her defeat. Her story ends when she chooses to sacrifice herself after realizing she might fail her mission. She gives her life essence to Kronika, allowing the Titan to grow even stronger. In the Aftermath expansion, her ending remains the same, once again giving her vital energy to her mother. And don't worry, I know you're waiting for Liu Kang, but I left him for the end because he's in a category of his own. Now let's move on to the Titan class, which stands at the very top in terms of power. I've mentioned her several times throughout this video, but now it's time to dive deeper into Kronika's story. Yes, Titans stand above the Elder Gods in terms of power. Kronika made her first appearance in Mortal Kombat 11, where she served as the main antagonist of the game's story mode. She's portrayed as an immensely powerful being and the Keeper of Time, responsible for maintaining order and balance throughout the Mortal Kombat universe. The plot of MK11 revolves around Kronika's efforts to rewrite the history of the Mortal Kombat timeline according to her own design, triggering alternate events and causing characters from different eras to collide. She's a formidable villain, capable of bending time itself and summoning warriors from across history to fight at her side.
Kronika is a major addition to MK mythology because her introduction brought time manipulation and an entirely new layer of complexity to the franchise's narrative. Her actions forced heroes and villains alike to join forces against this temporal threat, which turned out to be a great storytelling twist. And if Mortal Kombat 1 2023 exists today, it's because Kronika and her hourglass were absolutely crucial to everything that unfolded. And now, let's talk about the character who stands at the very top of the power scale in the entire Mortal Kombat universe. First mentioned by Damashi in Mortal Kombat Deception, the One Being is believed to be the very first entity to ever exist in the MK universe, standing above all others. In the franchise's lore, he's described as the Supreme Being. According to what is known, in the beginning of time, only the One Being and the Elder Gods existed. The One Being attempted to consume their essence, but was ultimately defeated. To weaken him, the Elder Gods used the Kami Dogu to split his consciousness into the many realms. In Shinnok's non-canon ending in MKX, we see the One Being being reawakened by Shinnok, and then consuming the remaining Elder Gods. In the MKX comics, which follow an alternate timeline, it's stated that the Kami Dogu contain the blood of this supreme entity, and that essence is used as the source of blood magic. And to wrap up our video, it's finally time to talk about the character who stands at the very top of the power scale in the entire Mortal Kombat universe.
The main protagonist of this entire franchise is now a god. After the events of MK11, we see that Liu Kang, who was once just a mortal, receives Raiden's divine essence in order to defeat the Titan Kronika. By doing so, he also takes control of the Hourglass of Time. Realizing that the timeline he's in is full of flaws, and now having the power to fix everything, Liu Kang decides to completely reset the universe. This change is very different from what Raiden did in MK9. Here, Liu Kang is fully in control. He's the one calling the shots, and he essentially creates a brand new Big Bang. In this new era introduced in MK1, Liu Kang is portrayed as the new god of Earthrealm. We also learn that he handed control of the Hourglass over to its guardian, Geras, who now assists the Fire God in shaping this new reality. During MK1's story mode, we see that Liu Kang did achieve the status of a Titan at one point, but he willingly renounced that power out of fear of becoming corrupted. Now, he continues forward solely as the Fire God and protector of Earthrealm. And that's it. Thanks for watching.